Hello, 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 hello. In the jungle. Actually, it's not a jungle. It's just this is a tree and that's a tree. Hello, everyone. Here I am on my homestead. I'm Kaye. I'm wearing my new glasses once again. So, how is everyone? We have 13 people so far, probably all completely regular folks who always tune in. Hopefully, we'll get quite a few more people to sign on. My dawn to dusk, dusk to dawn light just came on. That helps a tiny bit. Christy is here, Daryl, of course, Patricia, Tracy, Cherie, and who's hiding up there? Lorai. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Maybe you could put it down phonetically for me and I might remember. Rose is here, Kristen, of course, Crafty. And who else is here that hasn't spoken up? Especially if you're new to my channel, please sign in and let us know where you're writing from or where you live, what your zone is, your growing zone. So Catherine is here and Claudia, of course. And Catherine, weren't you the one that was telling me you wanted a mug? And I was going to look and see if you had sent it to me, but somehow I got logged out. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm logging into PayPal to see if I dropped the ball on this. And if I did, I'll make sure to correct that right away. Ooh, dear. It looks like somebody sent me money. Actually, I'm not sure what that is for. I see. Well, I just want to give a shout out to a few people then, because obviously I have been remiss. I can't seem to do it all. I need an assistant. Let's see. Past 30 days. No, I'm going to do past 90 days. So in the past 90 days, I just want to give shout outs while more people are signing on. Let's see. Of course, we have a couple of new patrons. So my Patreon payment is a little bit higher this month. That's lovely. Thank you. Wilma sent me some money. I'm not sure what that is for. Maybe it's just a donation. Let's see. And then Patty Wickersham sent me some money. And I wonder if that was for a mug, because I don't think I handled that. It wasn't the complete amount, unfortunately, but it's quite all right. If it's my fault, I will take care of that. So I will check with, I'm sure, I'm sure I don't go past 90 days, surely, and don't call me Shirley. Anyway, thank you for letting me do that little housekeeping there. I'm going to be checking with the mug lady and make sure that, and find out if she actually sent a mug to Patty or if that needs to still happen. I would have thought that I would have heard from Patty and she would have said, "Where's my mug?" If I dropped the ball on that. Hey, guess who's in the house? It's Scott Head from Black Gumbo, Texas Zone 9A. I started to say Texas Zone A. Texas Zone A. Freedom-loving state. We love Texas. But you're not in Texas. Yes, you are in Texas. I always forget you're a Texan. I sort of in my mind, I have you down there with Danny and Deep South Homestead and, the Louisiana, Mobile. And you're not. You're closer to Houston, I think. So, or maybe you're in Houston. Let's see. Maggie is here and Maggie's also from Texas. Fantastic. Well, Maggie, Scott Head, if you are not watching Scott's channel, you need to be watching Black Gumbo channel. And Crafty's close, 9B. Yes, she's fine. Kristen is asking about Tiger, and I'm trying to just finish out the antibiotic, but she's seeing better like in one day. So, okay, Catherine is saying yes. Yes, what? Because I don't remember getting any money. So please let me know if I've dropped the ball on that. Marn is here. In other words, Catherine, leave me a comment after underneath the live stream after it publishes, and I'll sort it out. Oh, Scott, thank you very much. Scott is so generous. Scott has done so well. I'm so jealous of Scott. His channel has just exploded, and it's an obvious reason why. He's a great teacher. And being a pastor, you're also a great communicator, but naturally. So that's good. Let's see. And they might be, Catherine. I just have to check with her. Marn is here from Kawartha Lakes, Ontario. Fantastic. Oh, I saw a video from a Canadian today that just, well, it was quite something, I have to say. I can't talk about it on my channel because, we can't talk about stuff, but Daryl, I'm afraid they won't allow that. Let's see. Daryl is saying he needs an oval icon instead of a round. Yeah, they don't change the shape. They just allow you to put a picture in there. Debbie is here from California. Christy, Alabama. Let's see. Scott is getting his hellos. A foot of snow in Southeast Ohio, and spent hours yesterday shoveling. No fun. No fun at all. Oh, wow. Yeah, if Scott is saying that he showed my channel to his dad's friend, and he's a late bloomer and he's considering YouTube. Well, Scott, you have all the advice that he might need for being on YouTube. It's interesting. Linda is here from AZ. RA is in Phoenix. Catherine is also 9A. Oh, you're very close to Scott. Are you watching Scott's channel? No pressure. Oh. Paula is here. Plymouth, Mass, or Maine? MA is Maine, isn't it? And Mass is MA. Wait, what is Massachusetts versus Maine? But anyway, 7A. Are you in the same? Thank you. Tip money for the kitty food. Oh, kitty food is so expensive. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm going broke buying food, and I thought like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I thought I am so stocked up on cat food and litter. I am good till at least April. And yesterday I'm looking and I'm going, I got like 15 cans of cat food. That's like 15 days. No, it's not 15 days because that doesn't count Lyndon's cat food. Let's see. Catherine will be soon. She will be doing something soon. I don't know. Vivian is here from South Carolina. Lynn is here. Lynn is making me she wants to make me a quilted late bloomer apron. Now, wouldn't that be cool? If you can give Lynn any advice about how to do that, because, it It would be nice if it had letters on it, but I've only done like this much quilting. And so I don't know how to get the design on the fabric. I know how to quilt it once you get the picture on. Anyway, let's see. Well, Linda, you're lucky to still have leaves. My leaves are done. Yes, please, everybody, show me some love and hit that thumbs up. That would really help the analytics. Well, Scott, I sure hope so. Yeah, it's discouraging. I'm just, I just think 10 years and I don't have 100,000 subscribers. What did I do wrong? And I know there's all these things I could have done and all these different ways I could have done it, but I didn't. And here I am. So anyway, let's see. Paula, Massachusetts and Maine is ME, of course. Of course. Thank you, Paula. I can't believe you're in Massachusetts and you're in the same zone as me. I mean, it's so much colder there with so much more snow and stuff. Or maybe you're close to the water and that makes a difference. Maybe that's it. Yeah, you tell him, Scott. Thank you. Thanks so much. Let's see. I wanted to talk about I suddenly lost my train of thought. So, and just a comment about the survival challenge. So, after I did it, and John, if you saw the video, the last video today, 2 videos today, the last video I was talking about John coming and then he didn't come. And I had to put the first clip in just in terms of filmmaking. This is just a little inside tip. I had to put the first clip of me saying he was going to come because that's where I said that he was going to come, because I couldn't start it with the second clip saying, now I have to go to the vet and John is not coming. So I had to have the first one, even though I already knew, obviously when I edited it, I knew that he wasn't coming. I had to have the 2 of them in there to juxtapose for the second one to make sense. I had to have the first one in there. So he didn't make it that day, although he felt much better in a couple of hours and he came the next day. And he told me that during that last snowstorm, he and his friend, former wife friend, that he rents a room from in a rental house with no fireplace, they were without power for 4 days. And he said it was 22 degrees inside the house. And of course, I didn't know this. I would have offered to help in some way. I would have loaned him my Mr. Buddy. I didn't even use it during that. Well, actually, that snowstorm, we didn't get that cold. It must have been slightly different days that happened. But guess what? The water went out today. The water didn't go out. They just turned it off for some reason. They're working on it or whatever. So for a few hours, I thought, okay. Now I've got 2 1-gallon, 1 or 1.5, those big, I don't know. I guess let's just say they're gallons. I have 2 of those underneath in each bathroom, just to flush the toilet if I need to. But that's a 1 flush deal. But I am not going to be sitting. I don't want to be sitting with 5-gallon containers of water taking up space in my bathroom. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Meanwhile, I turned my outside spigot off. It was leaking and I wasn't sure about it and it was going to freeze that night. So I just turned all that off. I don't think is Gina on? I don't think she knows I'm on live. She's usually on. Anyway, quilted aprons with a bamboo motif. I could see that, as long as it says late bloomer, you know. Okay, so Claudia's talking about starting seeds, and that's what I thank you for bringing me back into focus, Claudia. That's what I wanted to talk about, because Daryl, I asked you like 2 or 3 times on the live last time, and maybe I didn't see your response, but when are we supposed to start seeds? I know you said herbs, the perennial herbs, to start them now or something. And of course, we could just go to the nursery and buy a few of those. Scott, you know what that's like. Scott bought some celery plants. Celery's hard to get going. Takes forever. Forever. But you know what? I still have the celery I planted from last spring. It's still out there, and it's not dead. I'm laughing at Christy's comment about losing her train of thought on a regular basis. Yeah, it's just like, does everybody talk to themselves? Like, you march into a room and you go, what am I doing in here? Does that happen to anybody? You know, what am I doing in here? And you have to think back how you got there. 3-gallon jugs. I wanted 3 gallons because the 5-gallon jugs are too heavy to lug. I mean, I remember a time when I had 5-gallon spring water in glass delivered weekly. And what was it called? Hinckley and Schmidt. Hinckley and Schmidt was a spring water company that was in business for a long time. And I got, you know, I know it sounds elitist, and it's pricey, and I would rather, this shirt I wore in like one of my first episodes 10 years ago. I'd rather just go to Goodwill and buy clothes and scrimp and save and just whatever, and buy good quality food and try to have good water, which is getting harder and harder. I mean, it's getting harder and harder to have clean air and clean water and clean food. That's what I wanted to, and the seed starting. I want to get back to seed starting. I'm going to make myself a note so I don't forget. But if I don't say this, I just saw this. I think it was Gina that just sent me this video. I didn't get all the way through it, but it's about they are now putting nanoparticles. I'm sure everybody already knows this, but in case you don't, they're putting nanoparticles in our food. Yeah, without having any idea what the long-term effect of that's going to be. Of course, they did the same thing with what's that stuff in our water? Fluoride. And oh gosh, all those chemicals. Gosh. I'm going to get some 3-gallon bottles. I'm going to check and see if I can find the 3-gallon bottles. But there was a time when I got those spring water bottles delivered, and I was able to, I had one of those ceramic fountain things that you turn it upside down on, and and it just comes. It's just natural. It's not electronic or anything, and it's on a stand, and so it comes about waist high. And you got to turn that thing. And I was able to do that. Glass 5-gallon bottle. So that's 40 pounds plus the bottle, which is, the bottle itself could weigh 2 or 3 pounds. I don't know. So, and I still have one of those ceramic things, and I want to get water, but I cannot handle heavy glass bottles anymore. And so then you're storing water in plastic. And I know if you get BPA free plastic and all that, but it's still plastic. I don't know. What are we talking about? And so seed starting, and the nanoparticle thing is just like, And I'm sure you've heard about this Soylent Green. How many people are old enough to even remember a movie called Soylent Green? I mean, I remember seeing that way back, and it was just so shocking. But now, I mean, they are just right out there saying it. They're going to be making food from bio waste, and we're going to love it. And we're not going to want to eat meat because we're going to want to eat this stuff. And maybe they'll put enough artificial flavoring in it so that we won't even realize it doesn't taste like food. I don't know. It's about time we started pushing back on a lot of stuff, Gina. Okay, let's see. Let me run back and just see what I missed. Okay, Tracy is starting peppers in late Feb. So you mean seeds into the trays? Believe it or not, I still have 7 pepper plants in the garage, and they are, some of the ones that I really pruned back didn't have hardly any leaves, and they're starting to leaf out a little. I have a feeling I need to probably use some bug stuff. I still haven't done the bug stuff on this plant over here. It's just, there's too much for me to remember to do. Oh, so you have some time. Claudia's in Indiana, so she's got time. She's got at least a month before she has to worry about it. Is it really only 60 days till spring? 60? Is spring March 22nd? You mean I'm going skiing after? What is March 22nd? Is that the, I forget all those natural days. Well, welcome. We have 67 now joined us. Thank you so much for joining my channel. If you're new to my channel, I hope you hit that subscribe button. I have a great community here that are very engaged in the live streams, and we look to grow that number. So please hit the subscribe button. And if you're so moved, you can hit the super chat donation button, or you can support my channel in more ways that are listed underneath each video. I know. Oh, Linda, if you read about it, it's frightening what they have in mind for us to eat. And of course, they're not going to be eating that. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. You wonder if it's GMO? Well, yeah, it's made from bio waste. It's completely and 100% artificial, mainly soy. A lot of people, maybe they don't even know it, but a lot of people, soy does not. I mean, my editor for Late Bloomer, she had a Facebook page called Soy Makes Me Sick. So anytime she had any little bit of soy in any kind of food, it made her sick. And so that is the primary ingredient, along with all this other chemical, this reconstituted, regurgitated bio waste that they're going to, turn into attractive looking food. Push back, push back. What did the cheerleaders used to cheer? I was not a cheerleader. Can you believe that? I was not a cheerleader. I was not popular enough to be a cheerleader. Can you believe that? It's true. But one of their things was push them back, way back. I don't know how they did the hands, but you remember that? Push them back, way back. Patricia, you remember that. I know you do. Let's push them back. Let's say we're not going to eat that crap. Yeah, I know. Yes, exactly, Gina. Well, that's what the whole plot of the movie was, is the bodies would go in and these chunks of green would come out. I hate to, that's a spoiler alert if you've never seen the movie. It was a classic. Oh my gosh. It was a classic, like you couldn't get it out of your mind. Tracy says, exactly. If we don't have labeling, we won't know the difference. Exactly, Claudia. I see I have a very educated audience here. Cynthia Jordan. Are you talking about a Berkey filter, Cynthia? Because I have an AquaPure, which is just like the Berkey. But maybe you're talking about something more complex. I just have the gravity-fed water filter. But you have to constantly fill it up. And guess what? I filled it up yesterday and today, when I went in to turn the water on, when my hands were greasy and I was going to wash my hands and the water's going, horrible sounds coming out of the faucet. I thought, well, at least I've got water in my water filter, and my Brita was empty, because it's empty like 15, 20 times a day. It's empty. And so I go to my AquaPure, which is like the Berkey, and it's like dribble, dribble, dribble. And I'm going, I try to keep it prepped all the time, but it's not a lot of water. It's maybe got a gallon in it. You know how fast gallon goes when you're feeding animals and drinking water and using it for cooking? Oh, let's see. Oh, that's really, that's disgusting, Rose. Rose says there's actually a food product named that. I try to do my search, everybody. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Try to do my search on a different browser. Let's see. Oh, that's good. See, I only had mainly the only peppers that did well were the pumpkin jalapenos from Baker Creek Seeds. And I should have diced. I ate them all. I ate almost all of them. Kim is not on. Kim has a Facebook group, a late bloomer Facebook group. And he is not. He has not made the mental adjustment to Tuesdays, I don't think. But you're lucky, Tracy. Oh, I know, Daryl. Lab rats. Let's see. Oh my gosh. See? So Gina's natural water was polluted by a chemical company. And I don't even want to know what that chemical is. So I hope they're buying you a lifetime supply of those filters, because the filters for water filters are expensive. The replacement filters are expensive. Hey, if you've just joined my channel, I'm Kaye, and welcome. We're getting into a little deep discussion today, a little bit of a deep dive on clean water, clean food, and survival challenges. So I am here on a homestead on about a little over 9 acres in Tennessee for about 13 months now. If you watched my channel a long time ago and you go, what the heck happened? I'm no longer in California on a tiny little garden. I'm in Tennessee with a big garden, too big. And we're just having a chat with a lot of wonderful people who like to tune in every week. So please sign in. Let us know who you are and where you live. And we keep track of what states are tuning in and what countries are tuning in. So we'd love to know who's out there. Thanks so much. Susie's here from Georgia. 71 days until last frost. So first day of spring is not necessarily the last day of frost, right, Daryl? Do I have that right? Because I was in California gardening, I did all of the gardening that I've ever done in California. I'm still trying to learn about this frost stuff. John is here, half an acre. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Yes, of course. Most soy is GMO. It's hard to, find the right, and it plays with your hormones, right? Let's see. You think what is happening? See, if I go back and look at the comments, I don't even know what I said to make you comment that. So if you leave me a comment, make sure you put the subject. Don't just say, yeah, I think so too. I go, I don't know what you're talking about, because I jump around a lot. Charlton Heston, let's see, what has that got, what is that related to in any way? Oh, was he in the movie? Oh, I think he was in the movie. Was he? Yeah. Right. Oh, yes. I just think soy would be so bad for a kid. But I think that's what goes into that formula. I had to, unfortunately, supplement. I only raised one infant, and that was Walker, and I had to supplement with that nasty stuff, and they have better quality. What is it called? The fake milk that you give babies. It's called supplement. Nice generic name, supplement. I had to supplement with supplement or something. Anyway, there you go. Right. Remaining lifetime. Hopefully that'll be short, Daryl. Let's see. It's interesting. Somebody left me a comment and after my survival video and said, "Oh, that's right. Oh, it's on my other computer. I was going to talk about that." He made some great suggestions. So be sure and go back and look at the comments under the survival challenge video, because a lot of people had great comments about their experiences. You might learn something. You might get a tip or two for yourself. Susan is here from Central AZ. And, oh, okay. Thank you, Rose. I'm laughing at Claudia's joke. I'm not going to repeat it, but that's funny. English only, please. I'm sorry, I don't know other languages, especially, ones that don't have an alphabet similar to our own. But if you can translate your comment, if you can yourself go and put it into the internet, your comment, and translate it and then put it into English, you're welcome to join the chat as long as it's appropriate. By appropriate, I mean relevant to what we're talking about. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. I just learned that. John pointed out that Tony O'Neill won an award for Publisher of the Year. And I'm not sure it was because of his website. He started putting and he was telling me this when I was in England. He was starting to, and this is something he told me to do. But of course, did I do it? No. But he would take the videos, and all of his videos are teaching videos. Because of my background in entertainment and acting, I felt like I wanted more. I wanted to do interviews. I wanted to show other gardens. I wanted to be more of a presenter in some ways. And that's what I felt came naturally for me. He is more natural with just straight on teaching, more like what Scott does. And he would take his script, he would write a script somehow. I mean, I used to do this too. I used to write a script and memorize it, because like if we go in for an audition, they will have a cue card that is literally that big, and the whole thing will be written on it, and it will be right beside the camera so that you almost look like you're looking into the lens. And you read that, and you read it naturally, and you get the job or you don't. But anyway, when we all started, we were all doing that, believe it or not. Now it's all just, it's just improvised. It just comes out as it comes out. And you can cut out what you want in the editing process, but not too many people sit and write a script and then try to remember it, or try to have cue cards and memorize it or whatever. But Tony would write a script, teaching about like leaf mold, for example. He's got millions of views on his leaf mold video. I don't even really understand what leaf mold is, but anyway, and then he would take that script, which he's already got into some kind of a document, of software, document software, and he would post that as a blog post on his website. And so he amassed all of this material on his website, and it's just you're cross-purposing the material. You're not writing two separate things, which is what I used to do. I used to make a video, and then I would go over here and I would write a blog post. And it's like, there's just not enough time to do all that, especially not with the drive to make lots of videos. So he just won this big award. And of course, it's really an audience award, because, we voted for him. So he's got a big following now, and he won, and he deserves it. So bravo. And I hope he hears me say that. Okay, thank you, Tracy. You will, though. Let's see. Thank you, Gina. How'd you like the steak? I'm going, how am I going to show the steak? And I'm like holding it, tipping it up like this in front of the camera. And I'm thinking, I'm going to drip the juice right out on the floor. I would have to get better at doing that if I wanted to do very much of that. However, somebody said, it might not be safe to be cooking. Don't do what I do. I've said this before. Please don't do what I do. Figure out what's right for you. Do your research. Make your own conclusions. I'm trying to be safe about it. BJ is here in Theodore, Alabama. I'll never forget my time spent in Theodore. I was supposed to go to that beautiful estate from the Coca-Cola magnate. And we didn't make it because we got a flat tire. And we spent an hour and a half at a 7-Eleven or something in the parking lot with dubious personnel clients coming in and out. And then we didn't make it to the place, unfortunately. Oh, fantastic. You have ginger growing. Fantastic, Scott. Oh, good, Scott. I can't wait. I remember when I was in the Netherlands and there were people from, it was the African nation of Senegal. Have I got that right? The Senegalese people. They had a huge community in the Netherlands. This enormous underglass. It used to be like a flower nursery, and it had been turned into a community garden and laid out in plots and everything, all under glass, so you could grow longer. Without the glass, it extended the season that they were able to grow, and there were very serious gardeners in there. And I believe Senegal, they had all these interesting the green leaf vegetables and stuff. So maybe we'll hear about that, Scott, in your video. Danielle is in Tokyo. Wow. Thank you. Fantastic. Right, Kevin. It's true. Jenny, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I ate the whole thing. I wasn't going to. I was going to save half of it. And I was just sitting there, watching things on my phone. I don't have a TV or anything, and I just sit quietly with the fireplace is my TV, and I educate myself at night about what's going on in the world. And I just waited a while, and then I thought, I could eat a couple more bites of that. And then I waited a while, and then I could eat a couple more bites of that. And then it was not enough to save. So I just ate the whole thing. But it was a ribeye, so there was, some fat on there. I don't know. Somebody said that, Daryl, about maybe something to do with grease or something causing a fire. Bellingrath. I would have never remembered that name. By the way, how did you put the orange around my name, or does that happen automatically? I've never understood that. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? My friend who lived in, she lived on the beach there. Where was it? The Florabama. It's a famous restaurant nightclub right on the border of Florida and Alabama. In fact, the other day I saw a bumper sticker, Florabama, and I'm going here in town, and I thought, isn't that restaurant bar where they have all these, goings on and stuff? And she lived just on the Alabama side of that place on the beach, and she sold that place and moved up to Birmingham. Boo. I don't want to go to Birmingham. No offense to anybody that lives in Birmingham. Let's see. Oh my God. Sophie Tyrell says she just connected as I was saying Senegal, and she was born there and left at 24. That's fantastic. Don't they have a lot of interesting green leaf vegetables? I want to think that's the country. I know it started with an S. I know it started with an S, and I think it was Senegal. And there was they had several gardeners in this place in the Netherlands, in Holland. Well, not in Holland, and this. Well, I wish you could go back and watch that video. I really am proud of those videos that I shot on my European tour because they're really edited well. And I had a sound editor then, so she could really balance out the sound. And oh, the difference in having your sound edited by a professional and doing it yourself. There's no comparison. Okay, no comparison. Shift the icon above the 2 on the computer. Shift the icon above the 2. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not sure I can get that. Yeah, but how did you do it? I mean, how do you type K if you've got your 2 fingers doing that? Or let's see. They're teaching me how to do this, guys. Let's see, K. Well, see, no, wait, you can't do it like that. If you mean shift and hold down the at, it'll just keep doing it. Well, Susie, I have to say, and I have to say that those videos had both great content and well edited. You mean, no, no, it didn't do that. I don't know exactly what you're saying. Perdido, hang on. It was Perdido Beach. She was on Perdido Beach. Yeah. I'll never forget that word, Perdido. Well, if I do that, it didn't highlight it. I'm sorry to be such a, I told you I wasn't very technical. What is that link, Gina? Senegambia. I don't think, that doesn't sound familiar. Yes, I shouldn't have put the Pyrex in there, or the glass, I don't suppose. And as you will see in the next video, I used my new cast iron Dutch oven, but that tops out, the handle like rubs across the Firestone or whatever that is on the top. So it just barely fits. But I think they have some thinner fire bricks down at Tractor Supply. But you know, I have a great grill. I haven't really used it. It's been used a couple of times, but my friends used it. Walker used it. So I can cook in there. It's just that you've got to go outside and stand there in the cold and get that fire going with charcoal, or, it's got the grill. It's got the gas side too. And I also have a gas burner on that. So that gas burner, I can heat up boil water for tea or whatever. So, I mean, I can make do, but like everybody has said, a day or two is one thing, and 3 weeks or 2 months. Can you imagine going 2 months without public utilities? I mean, my mother did it, but that's all they knew. They were, it was a depression. They were dirt poor and they didn't have anything. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have running water. They had to carry all their water. And in the winter, they, the kids slept 3 to a bed and had about 10 quilts on top of them, handmade quilts. I don't even think they had a wool blanket. And all the quilts were made from feed sacks. And she said they'd wake up in the morning and there'd be ice on top of the top quilt, and so we're spoiled, when you think, oh, let's have a few more lights on so we can do a live stream. I'm telling you, if we really, if Danny's right and we get some major power outages, we're going to be in a world of hurt. A lot of people are going to be in a world of hurt. I mean, somehow John and his roommate / friend, ex-wife, but good friend, somehow they got through that 4 days with 22 degrees in the house, just bundled up with pets and everything. But, old folks wouldn't make it through that. I mean, you just don't generate enough body heat. Anyway, I got to really think long and hard about the gaps in my security here. So anyway, I know you're all doing it, but I can't seem to do it. I mean, when I did and Scott, for example, I did I started to type Scott. His name came up. I selected it, but it wasn't highlighted. Well, that's cast iron is all I'm going to do in future for sure. Sophie is confirming. Yeah, they have so many fruits and vegetables, moringa to best food of Africa. And I'm not sure where it is actually. David the Good is in Perdido. Really? I met some. Well, I went to a farmer's market. Well, I went to a farm there. But surely I don't think I went to his farm. I would have surely known. Todd is here late from Central Texas. Thank you for joining. 93 of you are here. If you're new to my channel, I hope you subscribe. We have a wonderful group that joins in on live streams on now Tuesdays. It was Wednesdays for a couple of years. And I changed it to Tuesdays at 5. And of course, in the summer, it'll be light when we have light days. But, now we're in winter, so it's dark from 5 to 6. Let's see. Kim Gaines is here from San Diego. Hello, Kim. Tracy knows what it's like then. Thank you. Gina is asking for everyone to hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel because YouTube does share. So funny. I heard something. If your cast iron isn't completely full, turn the lid upside down so the handle isn't sticking up. Yes, I would have, but it was. It was a chicken. And it was like that. Bye, Linda. She's probably already gone. Okay. Only the person being highlighted with the @ symbol actually sees the orange highlight. Oh, really? So, Scott, did you see? So you're saying if I do this? Wait. No, I'm not doing it. Oh, wait. So is it highlighted? Ann Brodzinski is here from Ohio. Hello, Ann. We're just about to get off, I think. Other people are already signing off. Ah, I see. Okay. Jenny's saying she wore, you said feedback dresses, but I think you mean feed sack, don't you? Feed sack dresses. Yeah. My mother made all of her clothes out of feed sack cloth. She made her first brassieres, and she was so happy with the first one. She made another one so she'd have one that was clean, and you know, she is so amazing. Longevity spinach, absolutely. Tori at Permaculture Homestead was growing longevity spinach, and I grew it in California. I haven't had it here. It grows like a bush, and boy, I had it. It got so big and so heavy, and and pruning it was hard because there's just big, heavy, limbs of it, and I would think that, maybe in some growing guide, it might say how to best prune it to keep it under control. So you've got more tender leaves, because the bigger and heavier it gets, the leaves are kind of tough. Overwinter it in Indiana. 7 pots. Wow. Oh, I bet so, Daryl. Sophie, I am trying to grow moringa. I have 2 little plants right here. I don't know how that happened. Now, I moved it in here, and I think because, look, it's not looking as good. It looks so much better in there. I think it's because it's above, well, it is in there too, but it's above a heating vent, and maybe it's doing a number on it. I don't know. I wanted to get it where I could bring it indoors and keep it going, but maybe I'm just going to have to grow a bush in warm weather, harvest all the leaves, and start over each time. I don't know. Gina, I don't need a dog. I mean, I need a dog, but I would need somebody to take care of the dog. I don't want to be picking up poop. I pick up enough cat poop. Oh gosh. I mean, I love all the wonderful things about a dog, but then it's just like I'm here, and I can't go anywhere, and I'm alone, so I like to travel. Hard to travel with a dog. I have seen that firsthand from my son now. He used to be so easy. He could just travel so easily. Now they've got the crate, they got the this, they got the that, they got the this. You know, it's a whole, they get the frozen food in the freezer and they got to keep the frozen food. Blah, 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 blah. No. Nope. V and the Bees. You're planting in Zone B. Diane is here from Perkiomenville, Pennsylvania. Rosemary David has tuned in from North Dakota. Anne is here. Let's see. One bra for Sunday, one for the fun day. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, I see. Rosemary David is new here, I think. Welcome. Oh no. Anne's hubby has heart failure and a device to synchronize his heart. Yes, if everyone, let's just take a moment and do that right now. So we're all thinking about it. Maybe if we do a group thing, it'll be more powerful. Scott, are you still here? I'm going to count on you, Scott, to lift it up for us. Let's just have like a moment of silence and all say a moment of prayer for what is your hubby's name, Anne? Oops. Well, I don't see it, but anyway, Anne's husband. Well, I hope he's better, Anne, and I hope you'll check in with us and keep us posted on that. 33 is just too young to have heart failure. I'm so sorry. Steve is here. Hi, Steve Mildegren. Yeah, I didn't plant any spinach this year. I needed to have, but didn't. Moringa is challenging, Scott. I would think, though, it would grow like crazy down there. It grows like a weed in Phoenix because you've got the serious heat. And, you know, it grows in Asia where there's lots of humidity and Central America. And Christy, who's a bot? What is a bot? Oh, I think moringa would be good in a fertilizing plant tea. Danielle is asking about my parrot problem in California. You just can't plant what they want. There's just no way, you know. You can't be out there every minute, and they will sit on the rooftop across the street and wait for you to go in the house. And then they will dive bomb your sunflowers. If she's having a problem with parrots, you just can't grow what they want to eat. That's what I would suggest. Otherwise, you've got to grow it in a greenhouse that they can't get to. It's hard to believe it freezes in Florida, but I guess it does. Good night, Southern Alabama Garden. Brian. Okay, Ann's husband's name is Brian. So everybody, when we sign off in a second, just take a moment and send a prayer up for Brian, for his heart to stabilize. I'm sure the answer is yes, Majestic. Very, very kind. Thank you. Oh, great. You know, I think we should end on Daryl's comment. 22 lined up to be our best or worst year ever. We get to decide. Spread truth, grow food, enjoy life. Yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything better to add to that. Thank you. I deleted that. Thanks for letting me know that, Christy. I don't know how to get the PVC hoops up. I can buy PVC hoops and I can push them all the way down as far as they can go, but then what? That's not going to do it. If the air gets underneath there, they'll just fly out. So I'm going to have to put some screws in it or something, right? Who am I talking to? I'm talking to Susan. Thank you, Claudia. Peter Dale is here from Australia. Just as we're getting off, Peter, I hope you're doing well. Make sure you tune in next time a little bit earlier. Yes, I hope so too, Peter. You use rebar. Okay, well, you can explain that to me later. So you pound rebar down into the ground and then you push the PVC on top of that? Ah. Oh, golly, that sounds like hard work. Okay. All right, I'll get it from you. Okay, everybody, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining. Please, if you haven't hit the like button, please do on the way out. And thank you so much for Scott Head being here, in particular, everyone being here. Thank you to my moderators. And I hope everyone has a great week. God bless you. And take Daryl's advice. If you forgot already, then look back at his comment. So let's make 2022 like the best year ever by spreading truth wherever and whenever we can. And if you get a chance to see that video of that farmer in Canada, it had 25,000 views already. I think it was on YouTube. Is it on YouTube? Yeah. See how long that lasts. But he didn't have kind words to say about the PM of Canada. So that's how you know you got to the right video. It's very short, 3 or 4 minutes. And boy, does he tell it. He's telling some truth. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Thanks so much. Hi, Paula. God bless.